Hi, my name is Desiree Smith, and I'm here to present our Los Alamos case study on behalf of myself and Melissa Britt, also known as the Dynamic Duo. Let's get started, shall we? Los Alamos Laboratory was established in 1943 as Site Y of the Manhattan Project. Its single purpose was to design and build an atomic bomb. The first atomic bomb was detonated in 1945. This was actually 200 miles south of Los Alamos, after lead scientists successfully weaponized the atom. Founded on the basis of researching and developing reliable weapons and defense systems, Los Alamos was challenged with undergoing a transformational change that affected the whole organization. As the Cold War ended and government funding was reduced to areas outside of nuclear research, Los Alamos National Laboratory's organizational mission and core competencies no longer adequately define the company's vision and goals for the future. These external environmental disruptions initiated fundamental change at Los Alamos. Los Alamos was faced with several disruptions, including a reduction in nuclear war, relevancy, reduced government funding, and a shift in world and political views. To address these factors, it was evident that a major change at all levels of the organization was needed to shift the corporate culture, mission, and initiatives. However, this change would not be easy. Having one of the most highly skilled, well-trained, and well-educated employee groups in any organization, it is important to recognize that a change of this magnitude will not be easy. And it will impact everyone in the organization, from senior leadership all the way down to entry-level employees. As the organization underwent change, it focused on these four questions. One, how do you keep an organization running while you are selecting a new top management team? Two, how do you continue to make big decisions in the midst of major leadership change? Three, how do you ensure the continued operational functioning of the organization in areas such as finance and personnel while undergoing fundamental change? Since all management positions were opened up to competitive hiring, what do you do with those former top managers who did not, quote, win back their jobs? So let's take a look at the view from the top. In response to the fundamental environmental change, Los Alamos National Laboratory shifted its organizational mission to one of solving complex national problems where science makes a difference. By becoming customer-focused and relying on teamwork, accountability, and employee engagement, they hope to achieve their new mission. Leading the restructuring was a new top management team whose goals included improving communication, avoiding duplication of effort, involving employees in decision-making, and providing a greater flexibility for the organization overall. Several key considerations were impacted through this process. One, some knowledge was lost as a result of the loss of many former top managers who were replaced. However, with this new management brought new ideas and energy to the organization. As the company's hierarchy was flattened, mid-level managers were forced to become empowered and make decisions, which in turn increased their decision-making skills. Also, involving employees in day-to-day decision-making, Los Alamos was able to create a new stakeholders in the organization. Surviving employees also revealed high levels of disenchantment among the employees, leading managers to understand that more work needed to be done in terms of motivation and, of course, trust. Let's take a look at the view from the bottom. At this point, employees felt a lack of communication both internally and externally. The why for the reorganization was not explained. Additionally, there were a lot of uncertainty as employees were determining what the end of the coal world meant to them. External communication was not filtered appropriately. For example, disclosure that humans were used for testing in past decades by the Secretary of Energy came out in an inappropriate time. Change and lack of communication yielded low morale. Despite ill-fated attempts of morale boosts by visits of the president. Employees also felt contemptuous for management, convinced that they will never get it right. Let's look at our change response. We propose to find innovative solutions to stimulate growth at Los Alamos, using the history of Los Alamos to encourage future generations to pursue STEM programs. This will also encourage Americans to learn from the past, use the history of Los Alamos to encourage future generations and rediscovery, because that can be just as interesting as discovery, right? Those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. Additional research in climate change, supercomputing, and astrophysics, using the innovations to enhance tourist experience, looking at publicizing historic landmarks and capitalizing on the natural beauty of the area. In the future, the company should allow time for change. When an organization the size of Los Alamos, change of this magnitude can take time, up to 10 years. Empowerment is also key. Employees at all levels of the organization should be empowered to make decisions and seek innovative outcomes. This will increase engagement and lead to effective problem solving and change management. Also, providing employees with the necessary training and development needs, increasing diversity of the leadership team, using human resources to ensure that new personnel policies and procedures are implemented correctly, increase communication company-wide, both internally and externally. Internally, the recommendation is providing customer-focused approaches in communication. For example, a Q&A form for employees, letters to the editor, in an employee newsletter. Also, provide employees a voice. This could be small group forums with senior leadership where employees can air frustrations and provide innovative solutions to problems in a safe space. Using technology, for example, the internet, again, company forums, etc., to keep employees informed of the status of changes. Also, utilizing human resources to address employee concerns or fears in that safe environment. Now, when we're looking at external communication and increasing that, using public affairs to properly regulate the communication with the media, declassifying public affairs department. So this can provide for that ease of access that's so necessary. Also, encouraging a partnership with the community, receiving continuous feedback from leaders of various communities and citizens of those neighboring communities. Also, publishing media content highlighting the positive impact that Los Alamos has had on New Mexico. The assessment. So leaders will know that they have taken the proper course of action when employees are engaged in the change process, when employees have the knowledge and tools necessary to make empowered decisions at the lowest possible level, and when employees are accountable for their decisions and their actions taken. Also, when employees have increased levels of responsibility and employees are viewed as equal partners. Employees will also be given adequate time to adapt to that change. Again, remembering that up to 10-year process, right? Leaders are going to remain committed to providing the appropriate communication to all employees to ensure continued success. Communication will be filtered through the proper channels and all employees are in the communication loop. Additionally, rumors will be at a minimum because communication is filtering directly from leadership, straight from the horse's mouth. A performance management system is in place, and employees understand that merit increases are a result of performance, not tenure. The mission and vision of the organization is purposely repeated throughout the process. Additionally, Team members are aware of the mission and vision and show how their actions contribute to its success. Every action can be supported by the vision of the organization. This event might be better handled in the future if the organization would create a clear definition of a new mission, involve the employees from the top down in its process, provide the why behind the need for a new mission, and use employee forums and team meeting platforms to leverage employee thoughts and garner buy-in. These actions will also help to clear up misconceptions and provide employees a voice during the mission change process. This will also eliminate the need for gossip throughout the organization, focusing more on the mission of the organization. This will help leaders determine if the decisions they're making are supporting the mission and truly driving the change. Everything done must reinforce the mission. Leadership will need to be purposeful in communicating how new actions, policies, or procedures support the organization's mission. Involve HR at the beginning of the change. Provide training and support for employees of all levels, technical and soft skills. Create an open door policy environment where employees are encouraged to discuss concerns and fears with leadership or HR representatives without fear of retaliation. Provide a variety of mediums for communicating with employees at all levels of the organization: intranet, email, weekly coffee chats with senior leadership, weekly team meetings, cross-functional project teams, newsletter, employee suggestion box, etc., etc. Encourage a diverse senior leadership team. Appreciate the value that each person brings. New leaders bring a fresh perspective and innovation. Tenured leaders bring experience and wisdom. Create an environment of trust among leaders and employees. Give and receive feedback throughout the process. Deploy surveys at various checkpoints and look for opportunities to increase employee motivation and engagement from the beginning. Begin from the top down. Inspire team members with the use of appropriate communication, which is tailored to the requirements and situations of individual workers. Demonstrate concern for individual needs and well-being. Clearly communicate procedures and objectives. Stimulate employees intellectually by including them in problem-solving activities. Reorganize effort and reward achievement. Explain decisions in an honest, transparent, and timely manner, and adhere to principles of fairness. Thank you.